Mae'n lyflu dy weld di eto. Diolch yn fawr iawn am wneud y gyfres arbennig hon ar gyfres pedwar dysgu Cymraeg, lle byddwn ni'n edrych yn ôl ar dy daith iaith di. Beth wyt ti wedi bod yn gwneud ers y cyfres? Sut mae bywyd?
Dwi'n trio siarad Cymraeg, so dwi'n cofio chwerthin gyda Llŷr ac pa mor nis oeddet pobl ac prydferth Cymru.
Pa mor brydferth ydi Cymru. Da iawn. Ti'n dal i siarad yn dda.
Dwi wedi bod siarad gyda ffrind sydd hefyd, also learning. This is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. No, sydd hefyd. Da iawn.
Ac siarad Cymraeg gweith. I have a friend of mine who's a director called Andy Newbury who speaks Welsh, who's promised to keep me learning and practicing, but he's been away directing, so he's coming back this month, so we're going to be learning together.
Beth wyt ti'n gallu cofio o'r broses ddysgu? Sut oedd y broses dysgu Cymraeg I ti ar gyfer y cyfres?
Broses caled.
Nes ti gweithio'n galed?
Ac dwi'n joio. Dwi'n joio dysgu, dwi'n joio deall. Dwi'n joio deall the pobl. There was this overwhelming fear that I'm not gonna know what to say, I'm gonna freeze. And then when we got there, this is Aran, this is thanks to you as well, all of your hard work to help me. But also when you said as well, when you get there, just speak Welsh as much as you can, and just being around everyone will really help. And I think by the time we got to day 4 and we were back in Cardiff, we'd been doing it for 4 days. I had such a wonderful time learning. And then the stress of those first 2 days had just gone. This is how I remember it now, is just seeing a beautiful country with a friend, laughing lots, and getting to meet really, really lovely people. Da iawn, gwych. Wyt ti wedi ffeindio unrhyw beth yn anodd am dal ymlaen gyda dy Gymraeg di? Dwi'n teimlo dwi'n angen siarad Cymraeg aml. Just the consistency.
Yeah.
That was the only tricky thing. Because I think when I've tried to speak Welsh, dwi'n trio siarad Cymraeg, and I'm struggling, people just jump in with English.
Yeah, they think I'm helping you.
But dwi'n trio.
Dwi'n hapus iawn I glywed ti'n siarad cymaint o Gymraeg. Mae'n amlwg bod ti yn dal I weithio, so dwi'n really hapus am hynna.
Diolch yn fawr. I think for me, consistency is really important, and having someone or a task, maybe like a weekly thing that I can check in on to make sure that I've had like at least 1 or 2 conversations during the week in Welsh where I've been trying to learn, trying to progress. That kind of thing, I think for me is what is probably what I need.
That's interesting for me, because I think you can get into territory where you beat yourself up a little bit if you're not doing X amount every week. And in neurological terms, you've seen that going outside the norm has worked really well for you. The kind of blizzard approach that you've ended up doing really well with that. I'd like to suggest just something else, not sort of in place of that, but as an extra. What you'll find is that however long a gap you have, it will never take away what you have now acquired. So the key for me is not so much how often you do it, but it's that you get the opportunity to spend between an hour and 2 hours with one person just speaking Welsh every now and again. And every time you do that, by the time you're sort of 45 minutes into it, you're back at 85, 90, 95%. You know, even if you're away for a few months, or if your director friend gets a job in New Zealand or something like that, if you have the gaps, don't worry about it. But do then look for that opportunity to have a longer session that's one-on-one. And the key there is the length of it and the fact that it's one-on-one rather than a group environment where you can sort of sit back a little bit. I mean, what you've learned now will be a part of you. You have this Welsh-speaking layer to you now that will be there for the rest of your life, which is just lovely to see.
Thanks, Aran. That's really helpful. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr.
You doing any listening work?
I have tuned in. I've put on S4C, and there've been some cartoons. I've sat with my daughter, we've watched some cartoons. The news has been on. I've tried to tune in on the news. So I've been trying to do more of that, just to kind of have it around and picking up on certain words.
I'd like to recommend that you maybe on a monthly basis, you set aside a period of time, half an hour or an hour to go and hammer away at those accelerated listening exercises. But I'd also like to point you towards our advanced listening work.
Aran, diolch yn fawr. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, your generosity, your kindness.
Croeso mawr. Anytime you want to talk to a tutor, you've got one. So just ping me and I'll let you know when I'm down in Cardiff. We'll have to grab a pint at some stage.
Please
and
do.
practice some more Welsh.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.